Hello everyone, I'm Virginia, welcome to my channel. So today I'm just going to do a quick get ready with me in terms of makeup, and then I'm also going to explain how I got my first film acting job. Okay, so I pretty much just do a simple makeup look. I don't use too much makeup because I don't really like to wear it. So this is just day-to-day makeup and makeup that I use for auditions. I already washed my face and exfoliated, and I also have my moisturizers and sunscreen on already. So I'm just going to do the makeup. Okay, so I basically started acting when I was 6 years old. I was at Boys and Girls Club, I went to the after school club, Boys and Girls Club, and my mom would just drop me off there. And they had a bunch of different things for you to do. So you could play pool, they had cheerleading, they had cooking lessons, I don't know. They had basketball, video games, whatever you wanted pretty much. So one time they wanted to put on a play, and they were doing Wizard of Oz, and so I auditioned for that. I was 6, so I don't know what they asked me to do, I don't remember, but I do know that I was cast as one of the Munchkins. I think for older kids they would ask you to sing or something, maybe say a couple of lines, but for someone my age, I don't know. My old song for auditions was Happy Birthday, just because it was simple and I knew the words, and yeah, so it wasn't that much to it. But anyway, that's how I did my first theater play. It wasn't actually part of school, it was part of an after school program. I didn't really act after that. I did a talent show for school, but yeah, I didn't really act after that. When I got to high school, we had school plays, which I couldn't really get cast in. But when I told my parents I was interested in acting, then they took me to the theater that was in our community, and I did an audition for them, and I got cast. So just because you don't get cast in your school plays doesn't mean that you can't act. You might be able to act in a professional theater or something. They don't have as many parts in high school plays as they do in professional theater, so you might actually be able to get a part there easier. This is concealer. I finally found one that kind of matches. It's just Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline. I just use it for my under eyes. I suggest finding one that matches, because then if you find one that matches, you don't have to put on a crap ton of foundation. Now onto the foundation though. Not a lot, just a little bit. Also by Maybelline, I don't know. I guess their stuff just not too expensive and it matches, so I use it. So I started acting for that theater, and it was musical theater. I think in a lot of towns you'll find musical theater is pretty common because it brings in audience a little easier than just straight plays. So while I was acting in that theater, we actually met obviously a lot of actors, and one of those actors was interested in film. So he started, he wanted to make a feature film, and he asked all of the people in the theater who was interested in doing the feature film with him. I said, of course I'm interested, and I kind of signed up to be a PA, not really, not necessarily an actor, but because he needed everything done, it was kind of okay, yeah, you'll probably need someone to act in it. It was not very organized. I mean, definitely small town, we're gonna make a movie type thing, not anything very organized. So that is kind of how I got my first film acting job. I have no system for the way I do my makeup. And yes, I do it with my fingers, because when I attempt to use brushes, my makeup ends up all over the place, and I don't like that. So I use my finger, I wash my hands before I put it on, obviously, and then I just use my fingers. It's not high tech. Now I put on my eyeshadow, I just use purples. Go figure, this is Maybelline too. I didn't even know. I used to use a lot of different brands, and I guess you try out a bunch of different ones, and then eventually you settle on what you like the best, and they all have to be from Maybelline. I don't know. So what I would encourage for most people who are interested and film acting. I know that theater is very different and can be kind of intimidating, but what I would recommend, at least at first, is to see if you can get involved in the theater in your town, because that will help you to find other people who are interested in acting. And a lot of them might be interested in film as well. Even if they're doing theater, it doesn't mean that they're not interested in film. And then you can go make a movie together because you have a lot of other actors. Now, obviously, in terms of like equipment, like a script writer or something, things might get complicated. But at least you have a group of people to get started with, because I do filmmaking and I do acting, and having a bunch of filmmaking friends doesn't necessarily help you to get more acting work. I'm just putting on chapstick now. It doesn't necessarily help you to get more acting work. A lot of times, if they're professional, they'll just go cast more professional actors, and they might hire you for behind the camera work, but they're not necessarily going to reach out to you for acting work. But if you have acting friends and filmmaking friends, then you can work with your acting friends, and when you have a project that you want to make, then this has been out of focus the entire time. One sec. So yeah, my lips were kind of getting chapped, so I just went ahead and did my lipstick. Usually I do it last. This is just a crayon I got at Sally's Beauty Supply or whatever. And it's just a color crayon. So yeah, I recently started putting on clear. Once I found it, it's like by e.l.f. Mascara first, just to kind of, I don't know, get everything going, and I don't have to put on as much dark mascara. So I put the clear on first, and now I'm just bending them, my eyelashes. And I kind of stopped putting on eyeliner. So yeah, when I was in high school, I used to put like dark eyeliner just on the under eye, because I can't put it like under my eye and top. And it freaked me out to like attempt to get it on like my top lid. And then if I do it above the lash, then it like goes everywhere. So I put on dark eyeliner under my eye, and it was never waterproof, so it would just kind of slowly like wear away or like go into the corners of my eye, and it was a problem. I just use mascara. So yeah, I'm doing my eyebrows with like a clear thing. My eyebrows are pretty thick, so I just leave them alone. I just fill them in a little bit. And I do clear first because I don't like to use the brow pencil and then it gets like really gross and turns dark brown. And then it's not clear eyebrow stuff anymore. So yeah, what I would recommend is that you have a group, even if you have filmmaking friends, that you also put together a group of acting friends, and then you're a little bit more prepared when something comes up. So you can go to your filmmaking friends and say, hey, all of my acting friends, we want to make a project. Can you help us put it together? And you're kind of one step ahead, instead of just you as an individual going to your filmmaking friends and saying, hey, can you try and put me in something that you're making? It can be a little bit difficult to get that one done. Mega Volume Mascara. And then I put it under my eyelashes, because my bottom eyelashes are really thin and you can't see them at all. It's very annoying. I tend not to wear makeup when I go to work for behind the camera stuff, because I have allergies and it gets on my nerves. I do wear it a light amount to auditions, and then sometimes when I'm just going out for the day, I might wear a little bit. Usually not very much though. Okay, so I do like a little cheek thing. What I would recommend is just that you get a group of friends and try and put a movie together yourself. It doesn't need to be a feature film. That's what my friend was making because he was more focused on directing. But I would try and put together a film, and that way you can put it on your resume. If the footage looks good, you can put it on your reel, but don't feel obligated to put it on your reel, because if it's just something you made with your friends, the reel probably won't be that good. But at least you have your first credit. It doesn't need to come from some place that's extremely professional. Most people have pretty unprofessional credits on their resumes anyway. They'll have plays from school, or they'll have short films that they made in school, things like that. So I would recommend just getting out there with your friends, trying to get together and like make a film so that you all have something to go on your resume. And like I said, I was in a theater in my town, like a local community theater, and that was a great way to meet people who were also interested in filmmaking and acting and things like that. So I hope you enjoyed my Get Ready With Me. If you guys have any questions for me about acting or about the film industry, let me know.